Prince as well with us. And this is a very important topic today, being Memorial Day, when so many women and men have lost their lives fighting for freedom, fighting for liberty, and justice for all in America, for everyone globally who wants to embrace those same principles and virtues of freedom and liberty. So it's very important that we tune in very closely and educate ourselves on Sharia law and how this system, this judicial system, this government is really being set up by Muhammad and Islam. It is directly connected to the very letters of the Quran. So it's very important that we know this and that we can connect these dots and understand how this is being executed. We also have a caller on the line. Is it? Yes. Are you there?
Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? I have something confused. Maybe somebody can correct me. You guys, you talk about Sharia law and about the killer in Islam and what I'm confused, like all the killer as the human, either Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Buddha, like how they kill in the Myanmar, like what happens in Ukraine, like what happened here in America in 2015, what we see it all the time, the white cub man, he killed the black people because he's a slave, is black color between two fingers all the time, and they release him from the court. And what the Christianity, they say, just you going in the church, you apologize for the God, and everything erased it, and you become a clear person. The second day it means that Christianity also, you can't go to kill anybody, and end of the day you go to apologize for the God, everything clear, and you take your cup of beer and you sleep deep and you see nice dream, and nothing happens with all the blood in the street, you kill it, and you say, oh, this is a new system, a new government. But this government also, they believing God, and they believing Jesus, and they believing Buddha, and they believing Jewish, like what Israel is doing every day in Palestine. From 48, they killed the Palestinians. They have Holocaust for the Palestinians after Holocaust Hitler. And this is, they have it with the Talmud and with the Torah. They teach the kids in the school every day you have to go to kill Muslim and the Christian. You not tell us about that, please. You can't put a spotlight, or you scared from Israel, or because here all America scared from Israel and the Zionists. Why we not tell about the world, what Israel and the Jews to do it under the ground for to make the world and to make the people all the time they kill each other. And we need to clear, is that really can go to kill anybody and to come end of the day for Jesus to say, oh, Jesus, please support me, I'm sorry. The rest, all this is the second day you go to kill me. Look at America, what they do it in Venezuela now, what they do it in Africa. Before yesterday, how many people black you kill them in the street? The same police go in the Sunday, sorry, Father, in the church, I killed this, and I apologize. The God, he raised it. So what kind of this God? Please, can you clear for us what this system, for all this religion? Because we do not believe between what ISIS do it with Saudi Arabia, and what Israel, and what America, and what Myanmar, you make us confused. What Sharia law in Muslim, what Sharia law in Israel, what Sharia law in Vatican, what the priest he told you, you come apologize and everything erase it. Then you go to heaven. So what kind of this God, you have any human feeling? He created all the people even. So you guys, you took something, you make the people confused. Can somebody clear this for me? Where is this God? Every day the blood in the street. Can somebody do something? Thank you.
Yes. Christian Prince, Dr. Bill Warner. Do you understand the caller's question?
I'm going to defer to Mr. Prince here.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything he said is absolutely false because he is basing things in wrong information. First, we don't go and kill and then we go to Father and say, we forgive us, we are sorry. Who are the one who is killing in Syria? Who is the one who is killing in Africa? Is it called Boko Haram or Boko Christian? Is it called Al-Qaeda or Christian Al-Qaeda? Is it called ISIS Christians or it's called ISIS Islam? What are you talking about? You are a hypocrite and you are a false person. However, you spoke about Israel. If you go to your Quran, if you know your Quran, you will never open this topic. In the Quran, chapter 5, verse number 21, your God, Allah, He is the one who asked the Jews to go and kill the Palestinian. This is in your Quran. يا قوم ادخلوا الأرض المقدسة التي كتب الله لكم ولا ترتدوا على أدباركم فتنقلبوا خاسرين. Go and fight and kill those who they are there. And you will see the Jews, they refused to go and kill the Palestinian, which was the order of Allah. And this is why Allah, He cursed them and He made them lose their way and mislead them in the desert for 40 years. What their problem? Because they refused to go and fight the Palestinian and kill them and take their land. So if you are talking about taking the land of the Palestinian according to your Quran, it is your God Allah who gave them gave the Jews the land, and He is the one actually who created the problem. So shame on you to put it and blame it in the Jew when it is your God Allah who ordered the Jews to take it. I'm not talking about the Bible yet. Secondly, when you talk about killing and forgiving, can you quote for me one verse? Jesus said, fight those who don't believe in Jesus. It's not exist, but in your Quran, it's all over. Fight those who don't believe. Fight those, even those Muslims who don't want to pray, even those who don't want to pay the zakat. The Prophet of Islam said, I've been ordered to fight all people, all, no exception, until they say there's no God but Allah and there's no Prophet but Muhammad, and they do the prayer and they pay the zakat, and then only, and they obey the Prophet and Allah, and then and only then they will protect their blood from being shed by me. So shame on you to put lies together. What Ukraine have to do with the Christianity? What America even have to do with the Christianity? America actually today is the number one supporter for the Islamic faith. When Muslims, they go and fight in Yemen, why America support Saudi Arabia, which is killing Muslims killing Muslims? And because I know at the end is going to end by saying America is the one who did. When they attack Saddam Hussein, it is you Muslims who kiss the shoes of George Bush to come and invade Iraq. Go and read your history. You Muslims are the one who create every chaos in the world, and yet you blame it either in the Jews or in the Christians. When you cannot have peace in your religion, how you ask for peace? Every day you pray, you read the Quran, which is recitation against a human being like you. Fight them, kill them wherever you find them, hate them. The Quran in chapter 5 verse 14 says, I will spread hate and enmity between the Christians. So shame on you to speak about love when your book is saying, I will spread hate between the Christians. What kind of God He say, I will spread hate? What kind of God He target the Christians? You see, the God of the Christians says, love your enemy. Pray for them, those who curse you. You see the difference? Your God says, I will spread hate. And I'm giving you reference. I'm not making my own quotation. I'm not coming with your, like what you are saying, we go to the church and we ask our God for forgiveness. This is false. You see, a Christian, he is not someone who asks God for forgiveness. He is someone who follows Jesus. So I challenge you to show me how many people Jesus killed, how many slaves He owned, how many attacks He did, how many caravans He attacked and He took their property, how many women He kidnapped from their family. None. But if you ask me the same question about your prophet, I will show you that even your prophet in the Quran was accused of stealing an underwear. What kind of a prophet? He was accused of stealing underclothes. This is how trashy he is, and his followers they are, because if they are people of respect. They attack a Jew, they killed him, and now they are fighting over his clothes, not only over his gold, it's even over under his underwear. This is how trashy this religion is, and yet they come to us and say, look what the Jews are doing, what the Jews did. Who is the one who started the war with the Jews? They never attacked you. Go and read your history. Go and read your history. But Muslims are people who they are ignorant in purpose, which means they play victims always. Whatever happened to them, they have to blame someone else. Actually, Muhammad, he said, if there is no Jew, there is no beef will decay, which means even he blamed the food to be damaged because of the Jew. And you will notice that Muhammad, he started hating the Jews for a reason, because they expose him and they show everybody that this guy is a false prophet. And then he started to divide between the Christian and the Jews. So he said, the most people who hate you is the one who call themselves Jews, and the most who they are close to you is the one who called themselves Nasara, which means Christians, trying to create division between the Jews and the Christian. But when that did not work, Muhammad, he started attacking the Christians. So Muhammad, he do things in stages. However, everything in Islam is based on hate. Your religion is a religion of fighting and killing and attacking. And if you don't like it, then change it. Don't come to me with the speeches. You know, I want to see a real Muslim who can show me a real Quran saying, love your enemy, love the Jews, forgive the Jews. Not someone go to the mosque says, may Allah kill everybody, may Allah curse the Jews, may Allah curse the Christians. You know, name for me one Islamic country have peace. Name for me one place in the world Muslims they go to and there's no shooting and suicide bombing. How many suicide bombers we had in the last 20 years made by a Christian? How many kidnapping made for 300 girls, school girls made by Christians? How many school people like in Russia? You know, 500 child was slaughtered by the Islamic militant. Even in Pakistan, just a few months ago, the Muslim militant, they attacked an Islamic school. Imagine, those are Muslims. And they slaughtered almost 200 child with no mercy. This is your religion. Don't blame the Jews. There's no Jews in Pakistan. There's no American in Pakistan. So they kill, they slaughter, and they blame everyone else for their filth. And this is exactly what Islam is about.
Christian, you have a very great point. I mean, honestly, God bless you, because the truth that you are displaying right now, I hope our listeners can listen very carefully and understand. Islam demotes women and makes a woman to be not equal as other citizens or of men as well. Islam is what goes out and commits jihadists on a mass level. Islam is what creates this Sharia law in which a kafir is considered to be an unbeliever, and you are to war against unbelievers. You are to kill unbelievers and those who don't believe. This is completely different from Christianity, which tells you to love your neighbor, which tells you that it's not one will, that no one is separated from our Father. So that is very important that you're pointing this out, because Christianity and Islam is totally different.
And you know, Brother Darwin, let me show you the hypocrisy of Muslims. Once I have a debate with a Muslim scholar, I said to him, how come Allah in chapter 5 verse 21 says to the Jews, go and kill the Palestinians and take their land? He said it was okay at that time because at that time the Palestinians, they were not Muslims. Imagine the hypocrisy. It is okay to take their land at that time because they were not Muslims, but not today. And that is going to lead me to something else. That means Allah, He Himself do not know that the Palestinians one day they will be Muslims. So He made a stupid mistake. He ordered the Jews to take the land, and now He tried to correct it by asking Hamas to fight and get the land. So
Correct,
don't blame the Jews. It is your God.
Yeah, I want to say 100%. Yeah, the caller's statements are not adding up, and that is completely true. Each time Muslims and there was Islamic extremists and everyone who attacked Israel, they were defeated each time of this. And they even gave their land back and created and did everything in their power to create peace with their surrounding neighbors. And they only have gotten attacked in return. They have only got promises from Iran and ISIS to annihilate the Jewish people and the Jewish state. So you are absolutely correct with those statements. Now, is Sheila still on the line? But you are 100% correct, Christian, when you have the hypocrisy of Islam, which continues to lie, as long as it's okay that it's non-Muslim. You can kill those who will not convert as long as they are non-Muslims refusing to join in Islam. And so that is very important. Dr. Warner, do you have any statements or any feedback on that as well?
First off, let me say that I think that Mr. Prince is probably the best at this that I've seen. Yes. I feel like I can only elaborate on the ground that he's laid. I will say this, that in terms of killing, there's a very interesting site devoted to killing by Islam. It's called thereligionofpeace.com. And as a scientist, I've tabulated some of the work they give and found it very interesting that on a consistent basis, jihad or the violence of Islam is visited twice as much on Muslims as it is on either Christians or Jews. So the most dangerous enemy that a Muslim has is not the Jew, not the Christian, but another Muslim. And I think that this is borne out through history. Abu Bakr, the first caliph, his first job was to kill those Muslims who wanted to leave, because apostasy is a capital crime, to use a technical term here in America. So, but all of this, of course, gets back to the ethical position, which has been stated that the ethics of Islam are very dualistic. There's one set of moral code for Muslims and another for the kafir. And we've already mentioned this, that a Muslim is not to kill another Muslim, but he can kill a kafir. A Muslim is not to rape another Muslim, but he can rape a kafir. A Muslim may not lie to another Muslim, but it's okay to lie to a kafir, particularly under jihad. So this just reaches my point of ethics, is that the ethical system of Islam is not based upon the golden rule. The laws of the Sharia are not based upon the golden rule, but in terms of the gentleman who was speaking to different religions, the Jews have a golden rule, Christians have a golden rule, Buddhists have a golden rule, the Sikhs have a golden rule. I have atheist friends who practice the golden rule, but the golden rule is forbidden under Islam.
Wow, that's really interesting. So now we have another caller. CL, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. I'm glad I tuned in. This is a very interesting show. Very interesting. Seeing you guys go back and forth like this. This guy that you had on the line earlier, the Arab guy. I hope he's still listening. Man. I pray for this guy, because this guy, he's very lost. To remind me of myself. I don't know if Christian Prince can hear me right now, but a few years ago, I used to argue with Christian Prince on the internet when I was a Muslim, and I was a Muslim upon the Salafi Dawah. Very hard-headed, and he used to try to correct me and straighten me out like he's doing this gentleman that you just had on the line. Another thing I wanted to bring back up, which you brought up earlier, was the situation with the monks from Najran. That's an interesting thing that Christian Prince said about how the monks challenged Muhammad to a formal debate. Muhammad refused, and instead he challenged them to curse themselves. Shows you that debating is not something that's from Islam. We're doing a lot of challenging of Muslims to debates and to critically think about Islam and the Quran and Hadith. But that's really not their thing. That's not really a part of their religion. Maybe we should, I don't know, maybe we need to think of something else, think of a different angle to come at them from. I don't know. But that's just my little 2 cents that I wanted to add to the program. You guys keep up the good work, and I pray for you.
Thank you, and God bless.
Well, just to mention, because I like to give reference always when I talk about things. I want to say thank you to the brother, and I'm so glad for him that he left Islam. Maybe he can remind me of himself, because I spoke to thousands and thousands of Muslims trying to help them to understand Islam. Even the person who just called before, I am not against you, by the way. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to save you from this cult. This is a disgusting cult. Let me show you what your prophet said about Islam, how to debate, because the brother here, he mentioned that again. We mentioned it before, we didn't give reference. In chapter 3, verse number 61, it says, فَمَنْ حَاجَّكَ فِيهِ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَكَ مِنَ الْعِلْمِ. Those who they are asking you for questions and debate, what do? Say to them, invite your children and our children, invite your women and our women, invite yourself and ourselves, and let us ask God to curse the one who is lying. What kind of debate is debate? What kind of a prophet is prophet? Imagine someone come to Jesus, says to him, Jesus, I have a question for you. And then Jesus says, oh, invite your women, I invite my women. Invite your children, I invite my children. Invite yourself, I invite myself. And let us invoke God to curse the one who is lying. That is the most stupid things ever I heard. Because simply, if a Muslim, he believes in Islam, he is not lying. This is what he believes in. If someone is a Hindu debating me about Hinduism, he is not lying. This is what he believes. So even the idea of the debate is stupid, the idea of understanding that the one is debating you is lying is stupid. Like now I understand that Muslims, they lie based on their religion. But usually a person who believes in something, he's not lying. If a Muslim says to me, I believe in Muhammad as a prophet, should I say to him, let us curse the one is lying? Why? This is stupid. He believed in that. He's not lying. He believed that Muhammad is a prophet. I believe that Jesus is my Lord. So who is lying here? There's nobody lying. Not him, not me. I can be wrong, he can be wrong, but this is not about lying. So Muhammad, he don't even have the simple basic understanding. But I will tell you why Muhammad, he made that statement. Because Muhammad is a person of disability. He cannot answer. This is why in chapter 5, verse 101 says, ask not questions. Verse 102, it says, because former generations, they asked the same questions and they lost their faith. So Muhammad, he forbid questions. Muhammad, he will never debate you, because simply he will lose the debate. And this is why Muslims actually, ABN and every TV channel I go in, they cannot find me one Muslim to debate me, because they run away. They choose their cherries. They try to find a soft Christian who know nothing about Islam to debate. But when it's come to someone he can burn Islam, they run away. I advise you, the one who called before, to get my books. Maybe you can learn something. I have the Deception of Allah to show you how God of Islam is nothing but deception. And I have my second book, which is Qur'an and Science in Depth. You know, I would like to give it to you even as a gift. So maybe you can be saved and you can know the true Lord, the one who says, love your enemy. The one who says, if somebody asks you for your coat, give him your address. The one who says, go and teach and preach all the world, all nations, not the black, not the white, not the Arab. This is Jesus. So I invite you to him.
Wow, that is so powerful. I mean, honestly, God bless you, Christian. I come across, Muslims who just clearly, they don't know really their true doctrine. They don't really understand. And when you begin to question them, they do and they will question their faith. So I believe we discovered something, and I would like to even make sure we critically understand. So one way of really, really getting the faith of Christianity and of Jesus Christ to the Muslim is simply to challenge them. You know, the Bible is really clear about being ready in season and out of season, to have a strong faith and have a reason for why you actually believe in what you believe in. So we've noticed and we've discovered that show that in Islam, you don't have a true reason of why you believe. And in fact, you want to discourage any type of critical analyzing of what you believe or your faith, because if we really share truth to falsehood, or even what you perceive to be truth, you will realize that it's false. So the more we challenge Islam, the more we challenge the discrepancies in moral and unethical practices of Sharia law and all of these things, you will continue to break down the false facade of Islam and the deception. And that's very important, the deception that is Islam. And I believe that is the exact same way that we should challenge these individuals. So we have a break now, and we want to get back and be able to continue this discussion. And God bless. Bill Warner here, and we would like to have you, sir, finish out and have any statements concerning just the finishing out of the show. We've had such great debate, and we've had Christian Prince, who has been just a dynamic minister of truth to just shed light on the falsehood of Islam and the falsehood of Sharia law, and just understanding that this is a religion of deception, a religion of hate. So Dr. Bill Warner, we would like to have you share your feedback to finish out the segment.
First off, let me say that one of the wonderful things about ABN is what we've just been experiencing here. In America, there's very little open discussion about the truth of Islam. And this is the reason that I come on to ABN, is because it's one of the few venues where you can actually hear Islam discussed in a factual basis. And the other nice thing about watching ABN is, like today, I've never met Mr. Prince before. But I've got to tell you that one day I would like to meet him in person, because he is a man the kind of guy that I like. He knows what he's talking about, and he's very firm in it. Today we see people being shy with their opinions. Political correctness has made liars out of many of us. And so people like Mr. Prince are a real breath of fresh air. And the whole business that ABN, which is involved in, which is like an open discussion. I'm a scientist by training. And in science advances by debate, not authoritative reasoning. That is, just because a man is a scientist doesn't mean you can't challenge what he says. And with ABN, we see that we're actually indulging in critical thought, using factual reasoning. And so this is a wonderful show. The only problem with it is we don't have 1,000 of them across America. I do a radio show every Friday from 11 to 12, and it's talk radio, and I say when we get off the air, I don't know why more people don't want to discuss political Islam, because it is fascinating to learn about. It's a world that's different from ours, and ABN is a place that gives us a place to learn about such a different world that is called Islam.
Wow, and I just want to say you're absolutely correct. I think Christopher has been dynamic, and I also would like to say that your political correct has been a cancer to our society. It has allowed the falsehood of Islam and so many other topics to just continue to go unnoticed and even grow, because we can't challenge these things without being called Islamophobic or homophobic or some type of hate monger or a bigot. And we're just telling the truth about these things. So thank you, and God bless Dr. Bill Warner, and continue your efforts in all that you do. We have two callers on the line. George, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. God bless you guys. I came in the first of the show, but I'm still hearing, and I want to pray for that person who is coming to seek for the truth. And the truth we believe that Jesus will tell us all the human being is a sheep went astray without Jesus. So we agree. We Christian, Jew, name it. They are sheep went astray without Jesus. But we are comparing between Jesus saying and Muhammad saying. So if you Christian can elaborate about all the Muslims believe about when the last day comes, there is a tree and a rock will confess behind him a Jew to come, the believer, the Muslim, to kill them. So all the Muslims in their hearts, they hate Jew because that's what Allah asked them to do. So I hope you can elaborate on, give us a quote from where that saying, because all the Muslim scholars, and they train the young Muslim to be a scholar in this aspect, and I hear it a lot of shows about the cursing from the tree to the Jew to come in, a believer, to kill them.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I just want to say thank you for those words. We have such great commentary right now, and I appreciate the bold convictions, because as Dr. Warner stated, we need strong conviction, and we need to not be moved. It's very important, because the Bible says a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. It's really time that we stand firm on the truth and not be apologetic for it.